My name's Bodhi, and welcome to day 16 of my Japan End-to-End cycle tour, where together with my friend Javen, we cycle from the southernmost point to the northernmost point of Japan. Day 16 of the cycle tour, I just had a Nanachiki. Javen's grooving with it. We got about 70 kilometers to go from Matsumoto to Nagano. One big hill, but other than that, pretty chill. We set off from Matsumoto in high spirits, heading north before cutting east into the mountains. Another scorcher today. I gotta stop pretty often to rest in the shade, but we're almost to the top of this hill, and then it's all downhill to Nagano. Summer was in full swing, and the mountains were alive with the sounds of birds, bugs, and the constant drone of cicadas. I was panting a lot from cycling uphill for like an hour straight, but as I've said before, the mountains are my favorite place to bike. Look at these forests and look at these awesome views. We have made it to the top of the mountain, and this is probably the highest elevation we're going to be for the rest of the trip. It's only about 3,100 feet, but after we've been climbing for days and days just up and down, climbing about 3,100 feet a day at least, it's an accomplishment. It's all downhill from here. We're almost out of the Alps.
Light work.
Light work, indeed. This is apparently a ski resort. There's a little tiny ski hill up there. It's so hot it's hard to believe right now. But yeah, those huts up there I think have got to be like some kind of ski lodge. This is a campground. I mean, that's why they're on stilts. It's because of all the snow.
You're right.
We chilled by the lake for a bit, and then saw on our map that there was a little aviation museum nearby, so we went to check it out. I stuck my head in this big battleship cannon that somehow was hauled out into the mountains, and we checked out the planes. They had a bunch of aircraft sitting around in the yard, including this awesome F-104J supersonic fighter jet. This was an American design licensed to the Mitsubishi Corporation in the 70s. They got the nickname the Mitsubishi Pencil because of how slender they were. Inside, they kept the jet engine preserved. I loved looking at the guts of this thing. I guess they still had to use American parts because of this Made in Ohio label. This exhaust was huge. I was happy to visit another aviation museum, but we had to get moving, so we set off downhill for Nagano. We flew downhill and only stopped to look at this crazy green water. There was about an hour of biking through the suburbs before we made it to our destination. Nagano was a really cool town. I spent the night making new friends at the hostel bar and shooting billiards. Shout out Ishii-san. We have made it to the hostel. I've got my little bed cube. It's pretty epic. Tomorrow, we go to Joetsu and finally link back up with the coast. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.